All right, today we are diving deep into a real high-stakes drama in the world of tech. We're talking about the cybersecurity giant Palo Alto Networks. And trust me, this is way more than just a story about firewalls and software. This is about massive ambition, incredible risk, and really the future of how we stay safe online. So let's just get right to the heart of it. This is the central question we're trying to figure out today. Is Palo Alto Networks' super aggressive strategy a stroke of genius, building the ultimate unbeatable digital fortress? Or are they accidentally creating a Frankenstein's monster by stitching together so many different pieces that the whole thing could just fall apart? That's the puzzle we're going to try to solve. And at the center of all this is one big idea: platformization. It's a mouthful, I know. But ever since CEO Nikesh Arora took the helm back in 2018, he's been on this mission. The goal? To take the messy, complicated world of cybersecurity, where a single company might use, 20, 30, even 50 different security tools, and bring it all together under one roof, a single, seamless platform. And how's he doing it? Mostly by buying up other companies, and fast. To really get a sense of just how big this is, we've got to look at the vision first. This is the bull case, the optimistic side of the story. It's all about building that impenetrable digital fortress. And let me tell you, they're spending an absolutely mind-boggling amount of money to make it happen. For starters, get this, a commitment of nearly $10 billion to expand their partnership with Google Cloud. I mean, that's just a massive bet, and it's aimed squarely at locking down the next wave of AI and cloud technology for all their customers. But they didn't stop there, not even close. They've also signaled they want to buy CyberArk for $25 billion. This move is all about dominating one of the most critical parts of security, identity, basically making absolutely sure that only the right people can access the right things. And just to round it out, they also dropped over $3 billion on a company called Chronosphere. Now, why'd they do that? To own the future of something called observability. Think of it like having perfect vision, the ability to see and understand every single thing that's happening inside a super complex system, all in real time. Okay, so what does all this spending actually do? Well, it completely changes the game for them. Just look at this chart. Their total addressable market, that's basically the maximum amount of money they could possibly make, has just exploded. They've gone from playing in a $110 billion market to targeting a massive $300 billion empire. And remember, all these huge acquisitions are being built on top of an already incredibly strong foundation. The company really has three main pillars: their legendary next-gen firewalls for network security, their Prisma platform for everything cloud, and their Cortex system for security operations, which, by the way, has its own team of elite hacker hunters. And just to put their current power into perspective, they already control over 28% of the entire network security market. And for third-party cloud firewalls, they have a jaw-dropping 50%. So this isn't just a company with a good product, they are a dominant force. And they're using that dominance as a launchpad for this massive gamble. Okay, but this is where the story takes a really sharp turn. Because with every huge company they buy, with every new piece they add to their platform, a massive risk starts to creep in. What if they're not building a fortress at all? What if they're building a monster? And that's exactly what some critics are calling it, the Frankenstein model. The danger is that when you stitch all these different technologies together, you don't get one smooth, perfect shield. You might get a clunky, disjointed mess with hidden cracks and gaps. And you can bet that hackers are looking for exactly those kinds of weaknesses. And the pressure to get it right is just immense. I mean, the bad guys aren't just sitting around. Hacking methods are changing constantly. Attackers are using AI to automate their attacks. And we even have to worry about things like quantum computing breaking all of our encryption in the future. Any crack in that fortress, you better believe it will be found. So all of this leads to a really fascinating contradiction. Because when you look at what the market is saying, you get two totally different stories. It's a real puzzle for anyone trying to figure out what's really going on with this company. So on the one hand, you have the professional analysts on Wall Street who seem to be all in. A huge majority of them rate the stock a buy. And big institutions, the so-called smart money, own about 80% of the company. That shows a ton of confidence in the long-term plan. But then you see this. While the Wall Street experts are all screaming strong buy, you have a really noticeable trend of insiders. We're talking executives, directors, the people who know the company from the inside out, and they're selling their stock. So the big question is,
What do they know that the analysts don't? The short-term numbers seem to back up that caution too. The stock's price is trading below its key averages, which basically means its recent trend is pointing down. And on top of that, another indicator that measures momentum is flashing a sell signal. For anyone looking at the short term, these are definitely red flags. So what do we do with all this? How do we piece together this grand vision on one side and all these hidden risks on the other? Let's try to synthesize all of it and come to some kind of final verdict on this huge gamble. Here you have it laid out side by side. The reasons to be bullish are powerful, right? A huge market to grow into, smart acquisitions, and strong financials. But those cautionary flags are just as serious. Making all these pieces fit together is incredibly complex. There's that Frankenstein risk, and of course, that troubling insider selling. When you boil it all down, their success or failure is probably going to hinge on three things. First, they absolutely have to pull off a seamless integration. All those companies they bought have to work together like one elegant machine. Second, they have to manage the sheer chaos of growing this fast. And third, they have to win what's becoming an AI versus AI arms race in cyberspace. You know, in the end, it really all comes down to this one idea. Palo Alto Networks is betting the entire farm on becoming the one singular shield that everybody turns to in a world that's getting more and more fragmented every day. It is, for all intents and purposes, an all-or-nothing bet. Which brings us right back to our original question. Will this monumental, high-stakes gamble actually pay off and create that unbreakable fortress they're dreaming of? Or, in their race to build the ultimate security platform, will they accidentally unleash a complex, vulnerable monster of their own creation? The answer to that is going to shape the future of cybersecurity for years to come.